AR-10.
Look at this.
They're going in. Holy.
They're going in. Look at them all.
Oh, they're going in. They're going in.
Holy
They're going
shit.
in, guys. They're going in. No, they're
Look
going
at all
in.
this.
Oh, shit. Yo. Squad's rolling up. Last time we saw this is when the officer got shot killed.
Oh, wow. It's a nice-ass neighborhood. Yep.
They're inside now.
It's important to keep that in mind, too, is that a lot of these people are not poor, destitute individuals. They're middle-classers. Or sometimes even upper-middle-classers. He had a good life? Yeah? Not anymore. He fucked this shit up big time. He owned a home in California? That's correct. At 31, too. Does it have to be 1.5 mil? I don't know where it's at.
Trolls here right now.
Are they looking for SPLC checks? Yeah. Yeah, see who's the SPLC paying this guy too. Oh my god, look at them all. Jesus. No. Damn. Look at them all. Holy shit. He lived with his parents. 31 years old. Typical millennial. What can I say? Yeah, I thought he had his own house. I didn't even know that.
Bed truck. Bearcat. Out.
Follows the suit. It's always some middle-class person. It doesn't have to deal with the consequences of their luxury beliefs. Yeah, I think that's overwhelmingly the case. Wow, how nice. How nice. Remember Sora AI gets shut down tonight? That means the Iran war ends tomorrow. There it is. Holy shit. So they just went inside that guy's house and got everything. Abysmal syntax. Yeah, that was pretty hard to understand what they meant by that, but
And the guy is a sick guy. When you read his manifesto, he hates Christians. That's one thing for sure. He hates Christians, a hatred. And I think his sister or his brother actually was complaining about it. You know, they were even complaining to law enforcement. So he was a very troubled guy. And the guy is a sick guy. When you
his rope I send too, doesn't he? Oh, here we go.
That's right, and other agencies too. Other great agencies that are brave patriots. They're great people. They have a rough job, not an easy job. You know, when you have to stop murderers and get them out of our country, when you have to take people out of the country who murdered 7 people or 5 people or 1 person that was released from a jail and a country someplace. A lot of them came from Venezuela. A lot of them came from other countries. They came in from the Congo. This was under Biden's open door policy. It was terrible. I mean,
Christophobia is a real big problem. People are not against Christianity. They're against Christianity as a representation of Western culture and white people. They're not against African Christians. They're against white Christians in Western countries. So don't think that this is an ideological thing. It's identity-based.
We can try and make it nice and all, but there's nothing nice about it. So we have people that are doing an incredible job of removing these people and just getting them out of the country or putting them in jail where they have to be.
They don't care about
These
Africans.
are violent
of course they don't.
people, drug dealers, drug lords were allowed without checking, without anything, but murderers. Over 11,888 murders were let into our country with Joe Biden's open door policy. And, these are the people that are getting them out. This is a tough job. These are nasty people.
You got to get a lot more of them out,
in.
too. Like, that's what I think. I think it's not enough. I'm going to be real. Let me go back. Oh, this manifesto, a brother notified the police. Wait, what?
But I want to ask you about this news that we heard from the White House about Cole Allen, the
What?
suspected shooter, and his motive. I'm being told that he had a manifesto saying he wanted to target Trump administration officials. He had a lot of anti-Trump and anti-Christian rhetoric on his social media accounts, and left a manifesto in his hotel room that
so
his
fast.
brother had notified New London police about prior to this incident. I know Secret Service agents have been talking to his family members, his sister, at their residence, and said that this individual apparently attended a No Kings protest in California at some point, and that there was some concern that he might carry something out like this.
I don't think the No Kings protests are a problem. I mean, like, one person does that, it's not a big deal. I think it's really important that people are able to peacefully protest and demonstrate, even if it's for something stupid. But the problem is whenever the peaceful, protests turn into riots and crimes. That's the issue. Like, I think No Kings is stupid and cringe. I think it's so stupid. However, again, like, they should be able to do that.
What is your reaction to being the target of so much violence and hearing these new details just as they're breaking?
Well, I heard about the London situation, and I wish they would have told us about it a little bit, but it is what it is. You know, we had a great group of people there last night. We had
it is what
both
it is.
Inside, in terms of the people, the audience, and also because they were all, they were strong, relatively speaking, compared to what the potential threat was. And the Secret Service and all law enforcement I thought they were outstanding. You know, you can always, they can nitpick and everything else, but they were outstanding. They stopped
He's
them
been
cold.
watching, sure.
And there was no games being played, that I can tell you. And you just look at them, these were strong, solid people who've got to get paid. You know, this is a group that is not being paid. If you think about it, the Democrats are holding up their pay, and I think maybe they'll loosen up a little bit now because I thought great talent was displayed last night. Bravery, but talent. He came in running like he was an NFL running back. Frankly, he was very fast, and they just stopped him cold.
He was really fast.
And there was no question. He never even came close to getting by the doors or getting through the doors. And
fast
if he
as
did,
fuck,
there
boy.
were so many people in there too, also security, and you have to go through a lot of layers. They did really a good job. I was very satisfied with it. So were most other people.
And I want to ask you.
Oh my God! Oh, this is even Alex Jones.
Everybody's asking me whether or not I think the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner last night in D.C. was staged. And the long and short of it is no. You had too many of the D.C. police, Secret Service, all of them involved. The very small percentage of those guys are corrupt. Something like that right out in the...
He's an awesome... I think there's a Wendy's nearby. It's either that parking lot or the one that's one intersection down. I can tell. I've been to that Wendy's a lot.
You open a registered Democrat, Trump derangement syndrome, 30-year-old teacher. Everybody keeps saying that, how do you get through security? He didn't. He waited until the event was going. Then he charged the metal detectors, barely got through it, and they shot him twice. He had a shotgun. He shot one of the Secret Service, but the body armor stopped the buckshot.
Idiot.
That's just the facts.
Idiot. Dumbass.
That doesn't mean we don't have cover-ups of Epstein and cover-ups of a second shooter in Butler, Pennsylvania. Doesn't mean I just believe what Cash Patel and them say. But, there's footage of Cash Patel out in the dark. Cell phones are so good, though. You can hit, up the light. You can see him. He's all on his phone, not knowing what's going on. They ushered them all out. But the guy did not get into the main ballroom. Trump's been told that that's not a safe facility. That's why he's never been there as president. But over the objections of the Secret Service, he did it.
He just said, what the fuck?
And that's why the ballroom just got bulletproof glass and better security systems.
You think maybe Trump did it just to ruin the event? Like, I don't know. Like, he's like, oh, maybe somebody try and pop me off, and then like it'll shut down this whole event. I hate these people anyway.
Every other major country has to do this. We don't. That's why Trump's obsessed with it. But that's a side issue.
This for the ballroom.
Charlie Kirk, definite cover up going on there. We know Patel ordered the investigation of foreign involvement to be killed. The list goes on and on. But just because a bunch of other stuff is a lie does not mean that this is a lie. There are a lot of Democrats that want Trump dead. There are a lot of people openly saying they want him dead. And I think Trump, really needs to be a lot more careful. But at the end of the day, Trump says he's honored in that press conference that, he must be getting something done. It's only presidents that get stuff done do they try to kill or kill, which is definitely a true statement.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that they've indicted the SPLC for running the white supremacist groups, which I told you decades ago is the case.
It's crazy that he knew that. It's insane he knew that. Oh my God.
Told you they were in Charlottesville. That's all come out. I just want to call the balls and strikes. Good stuff Trump does, bad stuff Trump does, I'll expose. Yeah. But I noticed when I shot a live feed earlier saying, was it staged? I say right up front in the first minute that I don't think it's staged. And just flooded with Trump bot, Trump cult people saying, you traitor like Candace Owens, how dare you say it's staged, blah, 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 blah. I don't think Candace Owens even commented yet. You guys just froth. And anybody that ever questions anything Trump does, like, hey, this war is a bad idea.
No.
Hey, the mullahs won't fall in 4 days. Israel's lying. Hey, the Pentagon told Trump don't do it. Hey, they'll close the Strait of Hormuz. It'll kill the recovery. It's all happened, but I'm a Qatari agent because I'm right.
Yeah.
And so now you just see me comment on this, so I must be bad. And I see other people saying, oh, how dare you cover this up? No, it's absolutely staged. On and on and on. It's just crazy town, folks. You've got to do your own research. You've got to look at the facts. DC's 95% Democrat, more than half.
I've really got to, like, if I ever meet Alex Jones or go on his show, which, there's a possibility that could happen. I will say that communication has happened. I've got to ask him how he feels that he's now been outflanked and there are people who are even more conspiratorial than he is. Meanwhile, like, I've been to the neighborhoods where he would go to, people's houses, like, representatives' houses in Austin, and be like, why are you okay with a trash bin ban whenever you have your trash bin out, right? And, like, I mean, this dude, like, cause you remember, I'm from Austin, he's from Austin too. And so, like, I've known about Alex Jones for, like, my whole life. And so, like, you've lived long enough, you've been in the game long enough that people have totally gone even past it.
Cops are Democrats. They weren't going to take part in the cover-up
about that.
And then, stage this, thing where this crazy tries to bum rush and get in there with a shotgun. I think it's what you saw is what you get. Caroline Leavitt said shots will be fired tonight.
That means,
it's going to be a big slug out. It's going to get heated. Shots will be fired. That is a saying that's overused, meaning people arguing and saying mean things to each other.
He's right.
JP Sears just had that term a few weeks ago.
He's totally right.
About my IQ test. Does that mean that, he's involved? I mean, just come on, folks. Come on. Now, Caroline Leavitt's husband did tell a reporter, she called in on Fox News about it, that, hey, you need to be really careful, watch out tonight, because they all know that this is one of the
I mean, I don't think that's really crazy. I feel like, obviously people fucking think that.
There's lax security, and Trump was warned, so they're all moving on to military bases. They're all getting death threats. They're concerned. I'd be concerned if I was that. So people take those few things and say, look, it's the total proof of what's going on. They also put out fake images of the shooter wearing an IDF jacket. Or IDF sweater.
Right.
Yes. Fake,
dude, this was, could you imagine this hit the retard community like fucking, like crack. Like, they're sitting there, they saw the shooter with an IDF t-shirt, and they were like, oh my God.
Confirmed. Not defending Israel, I'm just not going to make stuff up, okay? That's the bottom line. So, I do not believe the evidence we have right now this was staged.
Every single time.
I covered that in an earlier video. There is a cover-up, though, of crooks being supported. What happened, the Secret Service stand down. And there being another shooting that we have total evidence of. Follow me on X, Real Alex Jones, on Rumble at The Alex Jones Show, and our new news site, because the bad guys are very close to shutting down InfoWars, as you can see in the news.
Yeah.
And that is AlexJonesLive.com. One word, AlexJonesLive.com. All the news feeds, articles, breaking news, and more, AlexJonesLive.com. Thank you so much for being on the radio today, 4 p.m. Central. All the clips, all the proof, everything, and so much more. Thank you so much for joining me today for one of the last InfoWars shows out of those old studios at InfoWars.com/show, 4 p.m. Central. Thank you.
Even Alex Jones doesn't think it's a staged. So we've got Trump's never attended WCD. Why go to this one? That's not a real question you're asking. Do you think that it was staged or not? Like, let's not get into these games. Do you think it was staged or not? Of course he does. No, it's all right. We'll listen to it. I think Trump's owned by Israel, but connecting the shooter to Israel, it doesn't make any sense. It contradicts other conspiracies. You are applying logic. Stop that. Just stop it. I don't know what you're thinking. What are you thinking trying to reason this out? Why would you do that? I know you can't believe a single word that comes out, that admin. You are dancing around it because you know it's a ridiculous assertion, but you want to make it anyway because you like the ambiguity and you want to delegitimize Trump's administration. Do you think it happened legitimately or not? Like, we're playing games now. Why are you playing games? I think you're playing games. It's a loaded question. Yeah, I mean, it's a simple idea. Vague Maxer's going to box? I sure hope he's not vague maxing, guys. I really hope he's not. You know what happens to people that vague max? I don't know. I forgot. I forgot. I don't remember. It's an aura loss? I mean, to say the least. Gentlemen. What is this? Okay, do we have? Is there really no response? Based on what's being said there, doesn't make sense. This is you really. Yeah, I just asked you such a simple question. Do you think it was staged or not? You're not. Have you guys ever noticed this? Like when people ask me questions, I generally answer the questions directly. If I have an answer for it, I will answer it directly. I don't talk around it. I answer it directly. And why do people not do that? I think they don't do that because they know what they're saying is retarded, but they don't want to have to explain it. There's one video about this guy here, and then we'll watch it, okay? How about that? I think that's fair. Because they did a little investigation into this guy's life. Here we go. It looks like E-Rob. I don't know what to say about that, but it does.
A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly.
Breaking news at 5 a.m. Gunshots ringing out outside the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C. The suspected shooter has been identified as a man from Torrance.
Surveillance video shows him sprinting through the lobby of the Washington Hilton, moving past Secret Service agents who drew their guns to take him down.
This morning, the investigation stretches.
He was typed 2 times in Israel before this. You can check Google Trends. Do you think that means anything? Like, I'm asking you a real question. Do you think that, like, indicates that, like, Israel paid the guy to... I mean, couldn't Israel do a better job? I mean, because, like, you have to admit, Israel would have, like, fallen off massively, right? Because, like, if they killed JFK for trying to hold them accountable for their nuclear program, and they blew up the USS Liberty... and now they can't even get a guy inside of the ballroom? There's no way. Israel must have fallen off so hard. Right? All love? Bro, you gotta... Bro, quit thinking about this shit.
To Southern California as law enforcement agents try to put those pieces together.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Who did it?
Thank you for being with us on this Sunday morning. I'm Tim Caputo.
And I'm Abigail Velez in for Irene Cruz. This morning we have live team coverage on the shooting as we learn more about the suspected gunman from Torrance.
We do want to begin with Eyewitness News reporter Monica de Anda, who is live near the suspect's home in Torrance with the very latest there. Monica.
Tim, Abigail, good morning. Yeah, we are actually in the neighborhood of the 31-year-old suspect, Cole Allen. He is accused of firing shots at last night's White House Correspondents' Dinner. This is actually his home right behind us. You may be able to see
nice
lights
house.
are on. We've seen who appear to be federal agents going in and out of the home in the time that we've been here. So still a lot of activity, but it is definitely more quiet than what we saw here last night. Take a look. This video appears to show the moment that FBI agents swarmed this neighborhood, specifically this home here on Gramercy Avenue in Torrance late last night. The law enforcement response was massive and included FBI agents in tactical gear and armored vehicles. Now check this out. At one point, Air 7 video appears to show federal agents speaking with people who live inside of that home. Later, it appeared spotlights were focused on a second-story window and the front door. Agents finally made entry shortly before midnight. And as this was all unfolding, the mayor of Torrance spoke to us right here at the scene.
The city of Torrance is a very friendly and a safe city. You know, an incident like this, puts us on the national spotlight. And of course, we're against violence of any kind, political or racial or any type. And, we're very, very happy that the first responders agencies in D.C. captured the perpetrator immediately. But, the fact that his home is here doesn't define, the city of Torrance this way. The action of one person does not represent the entire city.
He's right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's true.
Here's what we're just learning about the suspect. 31-year-old Cole Allen graduated from Caltech in 2017 and from Cal State University Dominguez Hills in 2025. That's according to representatives for both schools. According to a LinkedIn page connected to the suspect, Allen is a trained mechanical engineer.
So is this like one of those people that were like professional students and then like finally you stop getting degrees and then like you actually have to get a job and you're like, oh, fuck this, and you crash out? Like I've known a couple people like that.
Who now works as a tutor. His current employer, C2 Education, named Allen Teacher of the Month just last year. Allen is in custody and is believed to have been acted alone in this. Now, we've also learned 2 firearms and multiple knives were recovered. And as we come back out here live again, fairly quiet on the street, but still a lot of activity going on inside of that home here behind us. And we do know that Allen is expected to be arraigned in court on Monday.
Yeah, I want to see him
live
in
in Torrance, Monica de Anda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Certainly a busy overnight morning there in Torrance. Thank you, Monica. Again, this all started at the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, the shooting forced President Donald Trump and other top officials to be rushed from the room. ABC's Allison Cossack continues our team coverage from Washington.
Caltech's a 2-year course? How do you get guns in D.C.?
This morning, investigators are working to piece together what led up to the gunfire at the Washington Hilton. According to D.C. police, just after 8:30 Saturday night, a gunman charged a Secret Service checkpoint armed with a handgun, a shotgun, and multiple knives.
How are you going to get past him? I'm just going to go so fucking fast, bro. I'm going to just... Fool! That's it. They're not even going to know what happened.
Authorities say law enforcement
And it worked! And it worked!
Quickly engaged, exchanging gunfire with the suspect. The suspect has been identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen. A Secret Service officer was hit in the vest and taken to the hospital. Officials say he is expected to recover.
This individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says...
I don't think that's true, actually. I think he was trying to get... because if that's true, he wouldn't have said in the manifesto that he was using specific guns to not do that. But, it doesn't... I mean, look. I mean,
the suspect was stopped before more damage could be done. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Pirro, says the suspect is in custody and facing several charges.
Right now, the defendant is being charged with 2 counts, 924C, using a firearm during a crime of violence, and a second crime under 111, which is assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon.
Law enforcement sources tell ABC News searches tied to the suspect are now underway in both Southern California and Washington, D.C. Investigators have recovered the suspect's phone and other devices and are working to obtain warrants to examine them. Preliminary information indicates the suspect traveled from Los Angeles to Chicago and then on to Washington in the days leading up to the incident. Authorities say they are now reconstructing his movements and contacts before he arrived at the hotel.
I don't think it's really like, there's no way they could have predicted this was going to happen. Like, it's just some random ass fucking guy.
Officials say the suspect suffered a knee injury during the takedown and is expected to recover. Inside the ballroom, witnesses and the White House travel pool describe hearing loud bangs as Secret Service agents quickly evacuated the president, First Lady, Vice President, and other senior officials. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Governor Gavin Newsom reacting to the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Newsom posted on X that he is relieved that everyone is safe and that, quote, a free press is foundational to our country. Violence is never acceptable.
You realize he wasn't trying to kill the press, right? Like, why would you even say, oh, he's dyslexic? That's right. But he probably read it wrong.
ABC News senior political correspondent Rachel Scott was in the ballroom when the gunshots rang out.
Here's her immediate reaction after President Trump was evacuated.
Just a dramatic end to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Terrifying. We were sitting at the table here right next to the president when all of a sudden Secret Service rushed in. The president was then rushed off of the stage along with the entire cabinet as members here in this ballroom ducked for cover. I'll tell you, I've not seen moments like this since I was with the president in Butler, Pennsylvania during that attempted assassination.
I haven't seen moments like this ever since the last time this happened, which was last year.
Now, Rachel there was referring to the 2024 attempted assassination on then presidential candidate Trump at a Pennsylvania campaign rally.
Nothing's
we will
happened
continue
like
our
this
coverage
since
on
the
the
last
shooting
time
at
it
the White
happened.
House Correspondents' Dinner and the suspect's local ties later on in the newscast.
Got it.
We will also bring you the latest updates both on air and online on the free ABC 7 Los Angeles app.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was a fucking, just a random guy, a random fucking dumb idiot.